Hello, everyone. My name is Natasha McDaniel. I am excited to give some insight, some information about my research project. I have had a semester of learning curves, which you may have had as well, and I am excited to see everyone's projects and share about mine as well. So, here it goes. My project is a qualitative study regarding teachers, specifically teachers of African American students. My research problem is the fact that there are significant gaps in academics, considering standardized testing, reading ability. In addition to academics, behaviorally, there are disparities as well amongst African American students and their peers in public school settings. In my research, I have found that the overwhelming majority of schools, especially those with high population, 90% or more students of color, experience issues with academics, difficulties in academics, I should say, being not making be it not making adequate yearly progress, whether it is um, standardized test scores sinking or remaining low, campuses becoming IR, where it's important for scores to increase because the state will take over the campus. So those type of issues are um, very prevalent in African American schools. My research project is a study that is going to interview educators, but not any educators. These are educators who have shown successes within the classroom, specifically with African American students. There are special qualities and unique characteristics of any culture, and African Americans are no different. However, the cultural norms for African American students differ a great deal from that of the mainstream or Western practice, what practices are commonly held as acceptable and normal in the classroom. And so when students of color, African American students, act in a way or perform in a way that is misaligned with the norms of society, they are deemed behavior problems, which has led to a sub problem of my research. African American students are disproportionately referred to the office and receive in school suspension as a punishment, receive out of school suspension as well as expulsion. Disproportionate amounts of African American students are um, met with exclusionary discipline, and at the same time, research has shown that African American students do not simply misbehave more than other students. So that moves into issues of implicit bias, cultural conflict in the classroom, lack of understanding or experience immersion of the teacher into the student's culture. And so my research project is all about talking with teachers who have shown successes, whether it be extended reading growth, whether it be behavioral successes with students, student improvement in terms of academics or behaviors. Some teachers have been recommended by principals, and others have been top teachers, past teachers of the year. And so these students have shown that they have what it takes to, despite the challenges and the obstacles and the preconceived notions oftentimes of students that are African American, these particular teachers have shown that they possess qualities, they have beliefs and values that create successes with these particular students or this particular population. So my goal with this project is to take all of their pieces, all of their information from their interviews and compile them together. And this will give somewhat of an outline, if you will, or just more insight to what teachers can do to support African American students, especially teachers who are more unfamiliar with the culture of African American students. So I'm going to pause for one moment and find the interview questions to share with you. I won't read all of them because there are several, but part of the questions include: what do African American students need to succeed in private school? Thinking of a magic wand, so taking district funding aside and lack of parental involvement aside, or whatever these other factors that teachers may believe hinder students, what specifically do African American students need to succeed in terms of knowing that African American students are typically kinesthetic learners? So the teacher needs to provide opportunities for active learning. So things like that. How do you measure success as a classroom teacher? What unique characteristics or qualities do African American students possess? So what makes African American students stand out from other students? Um, of course, preliminary questions about their background, their experience. Where did they grow up? Where did they go to school? What type of schools did they teach in? And what students did they serve? Um, Describe the top 10 qualities of a successful teacher of African American students. So having teachers to be reflective about, what do I think, or what does it take for me to ensure success with these particular students, who a lot of times can be deemed a challenging population. But since these teachers have seen successes, there are certain things, if they would reflect and think during the interview, that have made them effective with these students. So that is the main meat of my project. I hope I brought some clarity as to what I will be doing, and I look forward to hearing about everyone else's projects. Thank you so much. Have a great evening.